On the 24th of May 2022, a tragic incident occurred at Robb Elementary in Uvalde, Texas, where 19 students and 2 teachers lost their lives. The assailant, an 18-year-old, legally acquired the firearm used in this devastating event. In 2022, there were over 44,000 gun-related deaths in the US. Every day, 120 Americans are killed with guns. Gun violence is a significant and complex issue in the US, and from 1998 to 2019, the US experienced 101 mass shootings, the highest among developed nations. The number far exceeds that of France, the second on the list, with 8 recorded incidents. Behind these statistics lie shattered families and dreams, a sober reflection of a challenge that continues to perplex the nation. So why does this problem persist in one of the world's most developed countries? How can the loss of so many lives be addressed more effectively? And what factors influence America's approach to gun control? In this episode of Dialogue with China, we will explore the history of gun issues in America and seek to understand the priorities of American politicians.
There are a lot of street crimes and killing, mass shootings.
The gun culture in America, is a big industry actually.
The American security is not good at all.
I think American society is rather chaotic because the inaction of American government.
I think the security status is pretty weak. There is street killing.
The gun problem is basically in their constitution.
America's challenges with gun violence are increasingly shaping its international image, as incidents frequently make headlines around the world. The statistics related to gun ownership and violence in the US are indeed remarkable, particularly when contrasted with other nations. 393 million. That's the estimated number of civilian-owned guns in the US, which exceeds the country's population. 16.5 million. That's the number of firearms purchased by Americans last year. 648. That's the number of incidents last year that were classified as mass shootings, where 4 or more individuals were injured or killed, according to the Gun Violence Archive. So, you may have wondered, with the loss of thousands of American lives to gun violence, why doesn't the US government just ban guns? Well, the answer begins with history. The Second Amendment to the United States Constitution, adopted in 1791, grants the right to bear arms. James Madison, the primary author, argued that a well-regulated militia comprising people capable of bearing arms was essential for the defense of a free state. Originally, gun ownership served purposes such as hunting, sporting, and militia defense. However, these reasons have been overshadowed by the rise of gun violence. Research indicates that self-defense is now the primary motivation for gun ownership in the US. This presents an ironic situation where more people are acquiring guns to protect themselves from other guns. Yet, a 2013 study led by Boston University found that increased gun ownership does not enhance safety, but rather contributes to more death.
实际上，我们看到过去有一些恶性事件，包括有一些枪支暴力案件的发生有相当一部分是由于民众过于在意自身的安全，他们将自身的安全摆在第一位，所以当有任何人试图进入他的私人领地的时候，他就会毫不犹豫地行使他持枪自卫的这样的权利。这其实就是美国社会问题的一种反应，民众之间没有安全感，没有信任。
Gun carrying has become a highly politicized issue in the US, with advocacy from certain politicians and organizations like the National Rifle Association, or the NRA. The NRA is the largest and most influential gun association in the US, boasting over 5 million members and an annual revenue exceeding $200 million. These associations, including the NRA, actively lobby politicians to shape gun laws in the US. They have close ties to the gun industry and utilize strong networks of members to support pro-gun politicians and oppose or mitigate gun control measures.
对于美国政治来说，它其实成为一个美国各种矛盾的放大器。由于枪支问题一直没有办法得到解决，而且 由于各种恶性的枪支暴力事件不断地在发生，美国国内围绕这个问题的撕裂更加的严重。政府希望去做出回应，但是呢，由于一些根深蒂固的，不管是政治设计上的问题，还是利益捆绑上的问题啊，包括涉及到一些重要的游说集团啊，涉及步枪协会等等这样一些巨大的这个有影响力的游说组织，所以使得它确实成为一个掺杂着社会、政治、经济乃至文化等一系列问题的敏感的议题。
This combination of factors contributes to the complexity of gun control in the US. The interests of politicians and the weapons industry often seem to overshadow the tragic loss of innocent lives to gun violence. With these challenges in place, the issue of gun violence continues to be a pressing concern for the nation. I'm J. Ian Burbeck. Thanks for watching Dialogue with China. See you next time.